Welcome to my channel Pocket Change Coins, because, as you know, old is gold. Some of the rarest coins worth big money could be hiding in your hands right now. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and watch till the end. Let's dive in. First, we're diving deep into the world of the 1966 Lincoln penny, a coin that millions of Americans handled daily without knowing they could be holding a hidden gem. This is not just another piece of pocket change, it's a copper coin with potential to be worth $100,000, and we're here to tell you exactly why. The 1966 Lincoln penny was minted during a transitional period in U.S. coinage history. Following the coin shortages of the early 1960s and the removal of silver from dimes and quarters in 1965, the U.S. Mint was experimenting with different production processes and doing everything possible to increase coin output. To make things even more interesting, 1966 was one of the rare years in which the Mint did not include any mint marks on coins as part of a policy to discourage coin hoarding. That means whether your 1966 penny was struck in Philadelphia, Denver, or San Francisco, it looks the same on the surface. But trust us, not all of these pennies are equal in value. Hidden within this massive production year are rare errors and varieties that can transform an ordinary penny into an incredibly valuable piece of history. These minting mistakes are highly desirable among collectors, not only because they're uncommon, but because they showcase the unique quirks of coin manufacturing during a time when speed and quantity were prioritized. Spotting these rare features requires a careful eye and a bit of knowledge, but if you're lucky enough to find one, the reward can be life-changing. One of the most sought-after errors on the 1966 Lincoln penny is the double die obverse, also referred to as DDO. This error occurs when the die that strikes the coin is misaligned between strikes, causing a distinct doubling effect on the front of the coin. On the 1966 penny, you'll want to closely examine the inscriptions, "In God We Trust, Liberty," and the date, 1966. If you notice a visible doubling of these letters and numbers, especially under magnification, you may be holding a truly rare and valuable coin that few people even know exists. Another thrilling error to be aware of is the die cap strike, a dramatic minting mishap that results in a coin being struck repeatedly with a die that has another coin stuck to it. This creates a warped, concave, or stretched appearance that makes the coin look like something out of science fiction. These are visually stunning errors that are extremely scarce, and collectors will pay a premium for a genuine example from 1966. If you come across a penny that looks oddly domed or severely misformed, don't dismiss it. It could be a rare die cap strike worth thousands. Let's not forget about off-center strikes, where the coin's design is noticeably shifted away from the center due to a misalignment during minting. The more off-center the strike, while still showing the full date, the more valuable the coin becomes. A 1966 penny with a major off-center strike, especially if it's 50% or more off, can easily fetch high bids at auction. Add in the fact that 1966 pennies have no mint mark, and it becomes an intriguing mystery that collectors love to unravel. When evaluating any 1966 penny, condition is absolutely critical. A coin that has been preserved in brilliant uncirculated condition, meaning no signs of wear, original luster, and sharp details, is far more valuable than one that's been in circulation. Collectors and investors always search for coins graded MS65 or higher by professional services like PCGS or NGC. Combine a rare error with a top-grade condition, and you're looking at a coin that's not just collectible, it's auction-worthy. Speaking of auctions, let's talk about some real-world examples that prove just how valuable the 1966 penny can be. In recent years, select examples of 1966 Lincoln pennies featuring significant double dies, off-center strikes, or die cap errors, especially in high-grade condition, have shocked the market by reaching extraordinary prices. In one unforgettable case, a flawless 1966 penny with a dramatic double die obverse, certified by a major grading company, was sold to a private collector for an incredible $100,000. Yes, a single penny, just 1 cent, commanded a six-figure price simply because of its rarity and remarkable condition. This is exactly why coin collecting is so thrilling. It's not just about the money, it's about the history, the hunt, and the stories hidden in every coin. The 1966 Lincoln penny is a perfect example of a coin that might seem common but could secretly be one of the rarest pieces in your collection. So go ahead, dig into your coin jars, search your old rolls, check your grandparents' collections, because the next life-changing coin could be waiting right under your nose. If you've ever come across a 1966 penny with unusual markings, a strange strike, or exceptional shine, let us know in the comments. We love hearing your discoveries, answering your questions, and helping you figure out just how rare your coins might be. The coin collecting community is full of passionate people just like you who are eager to learn, share, and grow, and we're here to guide you every step of the way. Second rare coin, we're shining the spotlight on a coin that millions of people have seen, but very few truly appreciate for its hidden value, the 1976 United States Lincoln penny. You might be thinking, what could be so special about a penny from the 70s? But stay with us, because this particular coin has a few secrets tucked beneath its copper surface. With rare errors and high-grade examples turning heads at auctions, some of these 1976 Lincoln pennies have sold for tens of thousands of dollars. And yes, you heard that right, this humble 1-cent coin could be worth more than a brand new car. The year 1976 was monumental in the United States. It marked the nation's bicentennial, a massive celebration of 200 years of independence. While the Lincoln penny didn't get a special commemorative design like the quarter, half-dollar, or dollar coin, that didn't stop collectors from keeping a close eye on pennies minted that year. Even without a unique reverse, the 1976 Lincoln penny is tied to this patriotic moment in history, making it an exciting addition to any collector's timeline. But what really pushes this coin into a class of its own are the rare varieties and striking errors that surfaced during the minting process. One of the most desirable errors found on the 1976 Lincoln penny is the double die obverse, a mistake that occurs when the die that strikes the coin is misaligned or shifted between impressions. This creates a dramatic doubling effect, most visible in the inscriptions, "Liberty," "In God We Trust," and sometimes even the date, 1976. If you have a coin with thick, shadow-like outlines on these details, you could be looking at a double-die penny, a highly coveted error that has caught the attention of serious numismatists around the world. Another eye-catching variety to look for is the off-center strike. This error occurs when the coin blank isn't properly aligned in the press, resulting in a coin where the design is partially missing or shifted dramatically to one side. The most valuable off-center pennies are those where a large portion of the design is visible, including the date, while the rest fades into the blank copper. These coins are incredibly rare from the 1976 minting year and can command a hefty premium depending on how dramatic and well-preserved the error is. Now let's talk about die cracks and cuds, two more varieties that make the 1976 penny especially fascinating. A die crack appears as a raised line across the coin where the die itself has cracked during striking, while a cud is a raised, blob-like area often found near the rim, caused by a piece of the die breaking off entirely. These flaws are natural, accidental parts of the minting process, but they turn a regular penny into a unique artifact. Collectors absolutely love these coins, especially when the die cracks are prominent or the cud is large and distinct. Condition is key, and that's where many of these valuable 1976 pennies truly shine. A coin with even the rarest error can drop significantly in value if it shows heavy signs of wear. That's why collectors and investors look for examples that are in mint state condition, ideally graded MS65 or higher by top certification companies like PCGS or NGC. These high-grade coins maintain their original copper luster, sharp detail, and flawless surfaces, making them true treasures in the world of numismatics. In recent years, the demand for rare and well-preserved Lincoln pennies from the 1970s has been growing rapidly. Collectors are beginning to realize just how significant these coins are, not just historically, but in terms of investment potential. Some rare 1976 Lincoln pennies with strong double dies, major off-center strikes, or stunning cuds have caused quite a stir at public auctions and private sales. These aren't just collectors' items, they're portfolio pieces, museum-quality coins, and lifelong centerpieces of personal collections, and here's where it gets even more exciting. One pristine example of a 1976 Lincoln penny, featuring a remarkable mint error and preserved in near-perfect condition, sold to an enthusiastic collector for an astonishing $70,000. That's right, just one penny, one small copper coin, reached a value of $70,000, thanks to its rarity, error, and condition. This isn't fiction, this is the true power of numismatics, where history and scarcity create real value. So now the big question: could you have one of these valuable 1976 pennies sitting at home? Go through your change jars, coin rolls, or old collections. Use a magnifying glass and examine the details closely. Look for doubling in the letters, signs of off-center striking, or any unusual raised marks near the rim. It could take just one moment of observation to discover a coin worth far more than you ever imagined. Have you ever come across a strange or unusually struck 1976 penny? Maybe you have one that looks a little off, or maybe you're just curious about a coin in your drawer. Let us know in the comments below. Share your photos, your stories, and your questions. We're always excited to hear from fellow collectors and help uncover the next big find. Whether you're a seasoned expert or a beginner on your collecting journey, your next penny could be the key to unlocking a hidden treasure. Third expensive coin, we're diving into a coin that many people have seen, held, or maybe even tossed aside without realizing its incredible hidden potential, the 1980 D. Lincoln penny. At first glance, it may look like just another piece of copper in your pocket change, but trust me, this is no ordinary coin. This is a 1-cent piece that, under the right conditions, could be worth tens of thousands of dollars, and we're about to explore the rare features and errors that make this coin a true collector's dream. The 1980 D. Lincoln penny was minted at the Denver Mint, marked by the small d just below the date. This was during a time when the United States Mint was producing billions of coins annually, which makes it even more amazing that a small handful of 1980 D pennies have risen above the rest to become incredibly valuable. It's a coin from an era of transition and modernization in minting technology, yet somehow, some of these coins ended up with fascinating mint errors that today are considered rare treasures in the world of numismatics. One of the biggest factors that elevates the value of a 1980 D penny is the presence of a double die error. This occurs when the die used to strike the coin shifts slightly between impressions, causing a doubled appearance on parts of the design. On the 1980 D penny, collectors look closely at the word Liberty, the motto, "In God We Trust," and especially the date, 1980. Under magnification, if these elements show signs of doubling, where the letters and numbers appear thickened or shadowed, you may be holding a coin that's far from ordinary. Another fascinating variety to watch for is the repunched mint mark, or RPM. This happens when the mint mark, in this case the D for Denver, is punched more than once into the die, but not in the exact same place. On a 1980 D penny, this error results in what appears to be a shadow or ghost D, just slightly off from the main one. While the mint had improved its mint mark punching process by the 1980s, a few RPM still managed to sneak through and are now highly sought after by error collectors. We can't forget about off-center strikes, which are among the most dramatic and easily identifiable minting errors. A 1980 D penny with a major off-center strike, especially if the date is still visible, becomes an instant attention grabber. The more off-center the strike, the rarer and more valuable the coin becomes. Imagine finding a 1980 D penny where part of Lincoln's head is missing and the blank planchet is exposed. That's exactly the kind of visual rarity collectors go crazy for. Another thrilling and highly collectible error is the broad strike, where the retaining collar that normally holds the coin in place during striking fails, allowing the metal to spread out more than usual. The result is a penny that looks unusually wide and smooth around the edges. These broad-struck coins have a unique look that makes them stand out immediately, and if one was made in 1980 at the Denver Mint, it's especially rare. And let's talk about the condition of the coin, because this is where things can go from valuable to extremely valuable. A 1980 D penny with a rare error becomes even more desirable if it's in pristine, uncirculated condition. Collectors and investors look for coins that have been graded MS65 or higher by professional grading services like PCGS or NGC. These coins still carry their original luster, have sharp, crisp details, and no signs of wear or damage. Combine that with a rare error, and you've got yourself a coin that could be the highlight of any collection. In recent years, we've seen more and more attention given to Lincoln pennies from the 1980s, as collectors realize the untapped value hiding in this era. Auction records have shown that coins like the 1980 D penny, when paired with a striking error and high-grade condition, are commanding impressive figures. These coins are being picked up by seasoned collectors, shown off at coin shows, and even fetching incredible bids online, often from collectors looking to complete their rare error sets or invest in American coinage history. So if you have a stash of old change lying around, now is the perfect time to take a closer look. Use a magnifying glass or coin microscope and carefully examine your 1980 D pennies. Look for doubling, a doubled mint mark, or anything that seems unusual or different about the coin's appearance. You never know, you could be one of the lucky few to find a rare variety that's worth far more than anyone would ever expect from a single penny. We'd love to hear your stories. Have you found a strange or unusual 1980 D penny? Do you have one with signs of doubling or an off-center strike? Drop a comment below and share your finds with the community. Whether you're new to coin collecting or a long-time enthusiast, these discoveries bring us all closer together and keep the excitement of the hobby alive. Especially, we're unlocking the story behind a coin that many might overlook but few truly appreciate, the 1970 D Lincoln penny. At first glance, this humble 1-cent piece may seem like just everyday change, but in the world of numismatics, the 1970 D penny holds a treasure trove of secrets that could make it worth a small fortune. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just getting started, this coin demands your full attention. There are rare minting errors and unique characteristics that have made the 1970 D Lincoln penny one of the most sought-after pennies from that era. Get ready to learn everything you need to know to spot a valuable 1970 D penny and why it's become such a hot item in collector circles. The year 1970 marked an important time in U.S. coinage history, and the Denver Mint, the source of the D mark on this penny, was producing millions of coins each day. Yet, despite the massive production, some coins escaped the press with unusual features and minting errors that set them apart. The 1970 D Lincoln penny is especially famous for its double die obverse error. This is a minting mistake where the die strikes the coin twice but slightly misaligned, causing the lettering and date to appear doubled or shadowed. For the 1970 D penny, collectors carefully examine the words "Liberty, in God We Trust," and the 1970 date to spot any signs of this rare doubling effect. Identifying a double die on a 1970 D penny requires a keen eye and sometimes a magnifying glass, but once you see the doubling, it's like spotting a secret signature from the mint itself. The doubled lines are often thick and distinct, and they give the coin an unmistakable character that collectors absolutely crave. These double die pennies from 1970 are considered some of the finest examples of mint errors and have consistently gained traction among collectors who understand their rarity and significance. Beyond double dies, the 1970 D penny also showcases other fascinating varieties that increase its allure. One such feature is the repunched mint mark. The Denver Mint sometimes had to restamp the mint mark D on the coin die, causing an overlapping or shadowed D on the coin itself. These repunched mint marks vary from subtle shifts to very noticeable doubling, and the more prominent the double mint mark, the more valuable the coin becomes. Collectors actively seek these variations because they tell a story of the mint's process and add unique personality to each coin. Another exciting error that can appear on the 1970 D penny is the off-center strike. When the coin blank is not perfectly aligned during the striking process, the design can be partially missing or shifted off the center of the coin. For collectors, the thrill lies in finding a coin where a significant portion of the date and Lincoln's portrait remains visible despite the off-center strike. These coins stand out dramatically in collections because of their visual uniqueness and rarity. A well-preserved off-center 1970 D penny can quickly become the centerpiece of a collection. Condition is a crucial factor in determining the value of any coin, and the 1970 D Lincoln penny is no exception. A rare error coin will see its value soar when it is in mint state condition, meaning it has never been circulated and still boasts its original mint luster, sharp details, and clean surfaces. Coins graded MS-65 or higher by top grading companies such as PCGS or NGC are especially prized. High-grade 1970 D pennies with notable errors are the rarest of the rare, making them prized investments as well as stunning collector's items. The demand for rare 1970 D Lincoln pennies has surged in recent years. These coins have captured the imagination of collectors worldwide, especially as more people realize the historical and monetary value tucked inside such a small copper disc. Recent auctions have demonstrated this enthusiasm, with some remarkable examples fetching eye-popping prices. These sales add credibility to the coin's status and make it clear that the 1970 D penny with its notable errors is no longer just pocket change but a serious collector's gem. So, what does all this mean for you? If you've got a jar of old pennies, or a collection handed down from relatives, it's time to take a closer look at those 1970 D pennies. Check for signs of doubling on the date or lettering, look closely at the mint mark for any doubling, and observe if the design is perfectly centered. Even a slight variation could indicate you're holding a coin that collectors dream about. It's thrilling to think that one penny from 1970 could be the key to unlocking a significant find. That we want to hear from you. Have you discovered a 1970 D penny with strange markings, doubling, or an off-center strike? Drop your stories and questions in the comments below. Sharing your finds helps our community grow and keeps the excitement of coin collecting alive. Whether you are just starting or have decades of experience, your input makes this journey even more rewarding. Next coin, we're diving deep into a fascinating treasure from American numismatics, the 1967 United States Lincoln penny. At first glance, this 1-cent coin might seem like your everyday change, but if you listen closely, you'll discover it's a hidden gem bursting with history, rarity, and value that can make any collector's heart race. This isn't just a simple penny, it's a coin with unique minting errors and characteristics that have sparked tremendous interest in the collector's market. So, whether you're a seasoned numismatist or just curious about coin collecting, stay tuned and enjoy this deep dive into the amazing world of the 1967 Lincoln penny. The year 1967 was a remarkable period in U.S. coin production. It was during this time that the Philadelphia and Denver mints churned out millions of pennies, but among these millions, some coins emerged with rare minting anomalies that set them apart from the rest. The 1967 Lincoln penny became highly sought after because of certain errors, including the famous double die obverse and subtle variations in the mint mark. These errors weren't just random mishaps, they are the product of unique conditions during the minting process, and they make these pennies extraordinarily valuable and collectible. One of the most exciting features to look for in the 1967 Lincoln penny is the double die error. This happens when the coin's design is struck twice by the die in slightly different positions, causing the letters and numbers, especially the date and the words, Liberty and, In God We Trust, to appear doubled or shadowed. This doubling is not just a faint doubling but rather a clear, strong duplication that is visually striking to the naked eye or under a magnifier. This kind of mint error is rare and instantly elevates the coin's value, making it a prized possession among collectors who know how to spot these fine details. Beyond the double die, collectors are also drawn to the variations in the mint mark on the 1967 pennies, particularly those struck at the Denver and Philadelphia mints. Sometimes, you can find repunched mint marks where the D or P appears doubled or layered. These repunched mint marks are fascinating because they tell a story of the mint's production process and add an exclusive twist to each coin that has it. Coins with strong, clear repunched mint marks are exceedingly rare and in high demand, so spotting one of these could mean holding a true treasure in your hand. Another fascinating point of interest is the coin's condition. While many pennies from 1967 were circulated heavily, those preserved in mint state condition, meaning uncirculated with pristine surfaces and sharp details, are especially valuable. Coins graded highly by professional services such as PCGS or NGC bring in premium prices because their flawless condition makes them highly desirable for collectors and investors alike. The combination of error varieties and exceptional condition on a 1967 Lincoln penny creates a perfect storm of rarity and value that's hard to match. Recent auction results only reinforce the soaring demand for these coins. Collectors worldwide have been eager to acquire 1967 Lincoln pennies with these notable features, and sales have shown a steady increase in prices. The excitement around this coin is genuine and backed by real market activity, confirming it as a must-have for anyone serious about American coins. Whether it's at live auctions or online marketplaces, the 1967 penny continues to draw attention and competitive bidding, making it an asset worth keeping an eye on. So, if you happen to have some 1967 Lincoln pennies tucked away, now is the perfect time to examine them closely. Look for the telltale signs of double dies. Check the date and lettering for that unmistakable shadow effect. Inspect the mint marks for any doubling or repunching that makes your coin unique. And, of course, consider the overall condition. Pristine coins will always command higher values. With the right combination of these features, you could be sitting on a piece of numismatic history that's highly sought after and tremendously valuable. We'd love to hear your stories. Have you come across a 1967 Lincoln penny with interesting errors or mint mark variations? Drop your experiences and questions in the comments below. Sharing your finds enriches our community and helps collectors everywhere deepen their knowledge and passion for coins. Don't hesitate to ask for help identifying your coins. Sometimes the smallest detail can mean the biggest difference in value. Last unique coin, we're uncovering a fascinating story behind what might look like an ordinary coin, the 1993 Lincoln penny from the United States. While at first glance this 1-cent coin may seem like everyday change, it actually holds a secret world of rarity and value that can surprise even the most seasoned numismatists. This particular penny, minted in Denver in 1993, has captured the attention of collectors around the globe due to its unique features and compelling minting errors. So, sit back, listen carefully, and enjoy this deep dive into why the 1993 Lincoln penny is one of the hottest coins on the market today. What makes the 1993 Lincoln penny stand out in the crowd is its exceptional rarity caused by certain minting anomalies that are highly sought after by collectors. During the minting process, errors such as double dies and off-center strikes can occur, and these imperfections transform a common coin into a numismatic treasure. The 1993 penny is famous for a few notable errors, including the double die obverse, where the details on the coin's front show a distinct doubling effect on the date and inscriptions. This doubling isn't subtle, it's bold enough that even casual collectors can spot it with a magnifying glass or good eyesight, adding tremendous value to this penny and making it a prized collectible. But the intrigue doesn't stop there. Another key factor driving the value of the 1993 Lincoln penny is the presence of what experts call repunched mint marks. This means that the D mint mark was stamped more than once, creating overlapping or shadowed mint marks that add a layer of uniqueness to the coin. These repunched mint marks are relatively rare and instantly draw attention because they reflect an error during the mint's production process. When you combine this with the double die effect, the coin becomes not just a simple penny but a story frozen in time, a coin that collectors want to own for its history and rarity. Condition plays a vital role in the value of any collectible coin, and the 1993 Lincoln penny is no exception. While millions were minted, very few survive in near-perfect condition today. Coins that retain their original luster, sharp details, and minimal signs of wear are considered to be in mint state. These mint state coins are the crown jewels for collectors because they are rare, beautiful, and capable of commanding a premium price. If your 1993 Lincoln penny looks like it just came off the minting press, you could be holding something truly special, something that will stand out in any coin collection. The market for these pennies has been heating up in recent years, with passionate collectors bidding fiercely at auctions and private sales. There have been verified sales where well-preserved 1993 Lincoln pennies with prominent doubling and clear repunched mint marks have fetched staggering prices, sometimes surprising even experienced dealers. This demonstrates that the demand for these coins is very real, fueled by a community that values rarity, historical significance, and the thrill of discovery. These coins are no longer just pocket change, they are investments that grow in value as more people recognize their uniqueness. For those who are new to coin collecting or even for seasoned numismatists, identifying the key features of the 1993 Lincoln penny can make all the difference. Pay close attention to the date and lettering for any sign of doubling or shadowing, especially around "In God We Trust," and the word "Liberty." Examine the mint mark carefully to see if it shows evidence of repunching or overlapping. Using a magnifying glass or a loupe is essential for spotting these subtle but significant details. If you do find a coin with these errors, consider having it professionally graded, as certification can greatly enhance its market value and buyer confidence. We'd love to hear from you. Have you ever come across a 1993 D Lincoln penny with these rare errors? Or maybe you've got questions about your own coin collection? Drop your stories and questions in the comments below. Sharing your finds and learning from others is what makes the coin collecting community so vibrant and exciting. Every coin has a story, and your discoveries might just be the next big topic for collectors everywhere. In summary, the 1993 D Lincoln penny is much more than just a 1-cent coin. It's a highly collectible piece distinguished by its rare double die obverse and repunched mint marks, all wrapped up in the rich history of American coinage. Thanks to its scarcity in mint condition and the increasing attention from collectors worldwide, this penny's value has soared. A top-grade 1993 D Lincoln penny with these rare features can fetch an incredible price, specifically, $41,000, making it a true treasure for those lucky enough to find one. Keep your eyes peeled, keep collecting, and keep celebrating the fascinating world of coins.